What are we discussing on today's Locked on Diamondbacks podcast? Corbin, Carroll, and Mel Kelly lead the D-backs in Game 1 over the San Francisco Giants. And was it the right time to call up the D-backs' number one prospect, Jordan Lawlar?
You are Locked on Diamondbacks, your daily Arizona Diamondbacks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into the Locked on Diamondbacks podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. You're listening to who? The always charismatic host of this podcast, Millard Thomas, multimedia journalist and graphic designer. So please go check out my website, millardthomas24.myportfolio.com. On there, you can see all my latest work, from my packages to my articles to my photos and my graphic design. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. On today's Locked on Diamondbacks podcast, we'll talk about the D-backs squeaking by the Giants in Game 1, talk about Jordan Lawlar, what it means now that he's on the D-backs, and was it the right time to call him up? And then we'll wrap up the podcast by discussing past versus future, Brandon Pfaadt versus Robbie Ray in segment number 3. So a jam-packed pod for you guys as always, but first want to say thank you for making Locked on Diamondbacks your first listen every day. I would not be able to do this podcast without you, my loyal listeners, sharing, subscribing, reviewing, doing all that so I could do this podcast for you. Thank you. It's free. It's available on all platforms, so please continue to tell your friends. One of those platforms is YouTube. Please subscribe to Locked on Diamondbacks on YouTube. We try to go live on YouTube Sunday through Thursday after D-backs games, so please come join in. It's an interactive show. If you watch live, drop a comment in the YouTube section because I will most likely read it throughout the show. I want to be an interactive show, so please hit subscribe to Locked on Diamondbacks on YouTube and hit that little bell so you're notified when I go live. And follow me on social media as well because I do tweet out before I go live at CreatorThomas24 for my personal account, or look up Locked on Diamondbacks both Twitter and Instagram for the podcast handle. But now let's get into the show. All right, let's talk about D-backs versus Giants because there was pretty much 3 big stars as to why the D-backs won Game 1 against the Giants. Corbin, Carroll, Mel Kelly, and Lourdes Gurriel were the 3 stars of the game. Mel Kelly continues to dominate. Again, outside of that start against the New York Yankees, Mel Kelly's ERA this season is like a 2-something because he has not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any start outside the Yankees, and only 1 start has he allowed 3 earned runs. In every other start, it's been less than 3 earned runs. If you look at his game log outside the Yankees, 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. And then tonight, Merrill Kelly, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. Yes, did he give up some hits? Was there some contact? Did he run into some traffic on the bases? Yes, Merrill Kelly did, but it did not matter because he was cooking against the Giants. And anytime there was a little bit of trouble, anytime there was a jam on the bases, I never felt worried. I always felt like Merrill Kelly was going to find a way to get out of it. And if you looked at Merrill Kelly's face, I felt like he had that unnerving confidence once again. Early in the season, it felt like there was a few shaky performances, right, from Mel Kelly. It felt like with his command, it felt like he always didn't have it with his fastball. And when you looked at his face, I didn't always see that confidence that we know Merrill Kelly can have. I thought he was shaky at times to begin the season. Even though the game log was still fine, I thought you could just watch him and see he wasn't fully there. But over his last 5 or 6 starts, I think he's been completely locked in. You saw him coming off the mound in the 7th inning, spitting on the ground. Like, it was that Merrill Kelly where you know he's got that dog in him, and he was completely locked in tonight. So perfect game by Merrill Kelly. The rotation really starting to cook, really starting to come around and pitch a lot better now. As I've discussed, Merrill Kelly post the Yankees has been fantastic. Brandon Pfaadt has been good all season long for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's got a 3.28 ERA on the season. We'll discuss more about Brendan Pfaadt a little bit later. Corbin Burns in his last 4 starts, a 1.48 ERA. And then Zach Gallen in his last 4 starts, he's a 3.5 ERA. So this D-backs rotation, the strength coming into the year, finally starting to find a groove and a rhythm. Beginning the season, command issues was a problem with Kelly, with Gallen. Pfaadt has been good the whole year. We know Erod's been up and down. Corbin Burns has had command issues to start the year, but you look at the last 2-3 weeks, this rotation outside of Eduardo Rodriguez, very strong stuff by these D-back starters. Of course, the issue has been the bullpen closing out games, but at least the D-backs rotation, something that was on paper a strength coming into the year, didn't exactly feel that way the first couple weeks of the season, but now I think the last 3, 4, 5 weeks we're finally starting to see this D-backs rotation really round into form. And if we can just replace Erod with a little Ryan Nelson in the rotation, that's going to be like a segment that I'm saving for another day, but we'll see another turn through the rotation for Erod. But I do have a topic cooking up where maybe we should just replace Nelly in the rotation with Erod, or vice versa, replace Erod in the rotation with Nelly, because I think that would give the D-backs the perfect 5-man unit. Burns, Gallen, Kelly, Pfaadt, Nelly sounds a lot stronger. And then Erod could be your long reliever out the pen. I don't hate the idea. Corbin Carroll, he put the offense on his back tonight. 2 solo shots. He is now second in the National League in home runs. Most insane thing when looking at the slash line for Corbin Carroll, a 609 slug. Absolutely insane. Home run, 108.8 miles per hour, 419 feet. Home run in 25 of the 30 ballparks. That was his second home run of the night. Smash off the bat. The first home run of the night, 381 feet, still home run in 21 of the 30 ballparks, 103 miles per hour off the bat. I mean, if anything over 100, it's pretty hard hit. So the 2 balls by Corbin Carroll tonight absolutely crushed. Maybe the distance wasn't super far on the first one, but opposite field power. Corbin Carroll has been displaying the insane power from his small stature all season long. It just continues to show that last season was a sophomore slump, and the guy that we saw in 2023 when Rookie of the Year finished top 5 in MVP voting, that's the guy that Corbin Carroll is. If he can continue the season he's having, he is going to have nearly 40 home runs. The thing I want to see Corbin Carroll fix is the speed, because for some reason it feels like he keeps getting thrown out whenever he tries to steal a base. So I want to see the speed and the steals pick up for Corbin Carroll. Lourdes Gurriel, we can't overlook him. The catch he had in the 8th inning saved the game. Truly acrobatic, truly heroic what he did in that inning. So I don't want to overlook him, because those were the 3 stars of the game in this one. Shelby Miller had a brief scare with the Willie Adames, but he got the job done. I would nominate him to be the D-backs closer going forward with J Mart out. He took care of business in game number 1. D-backs took care of business in game number 1. The offense, yes, non-existent. We want to see that get better, but thankfully the Giants offense has also been in a little bit of a rut now as well. Big series, of course, against San Fran. Just came off a big series against the LA Dodgers. You got this series split there. Should have taken 3 out of 4. You start game 1 against the Giants with a W. Let's go get the series win. We'll see if our offense can pick it up in game number 2. And maybe a little Jordan Lawlar can be the catalyst for the offense in game number 2. And we'll discuss Jordan Lawlar more in segment number 2. But first, I want to talk to you guys about FanDuel, because the NBA playoffs are in full swing and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live events. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. My favorite thing to do on FanDuel is the same game parlay. When the D-backs are playing, I like to take Corbin Carroll over on total bases. Give me Mel Kelly or Pfaadt when they're pitching over on innings pitch. And then give me the D-backs money line. When that 3-leg hits, it brings a big smile to my face. If you want a big smile on your face, visit FanDuel.com. And if you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, back here on the Locked on Diamondbacks podcast. Let's talk about Jordan Lawlar. And if it was the right time for the D-backs to call up Jordan Lawlar, because MLB.com just redid their rankings. Jordan Lawlar shot up to number 4 in the rankings among the top 100 players in Major League Baseball. This is a premier prospect the D-backs are calling up, a true building block for the organization. I just want to make sure if the D-backs are doing this, they're doing it right, and they're not rushing this decision. Jordan Lawlar is part of the future, the present. He's everything. And if you're calling him up, you have to be confident in your plan to get him reps and to develop him as much as possible on the major league level. Right now, the D-backs are talking about getting Jordan Lawlar 3 to 4 starts a week on the big league level. He's going to be going in and out defensively, playing shortstop, second base, third base, and DH, of course, just playing all over the diamond on the infield and getting as many reps as possible when he's platooning. Very curious to see how the D-backs set that up, because who is going to be sitting if Jordan Lawlar is playing? Are we taking the bat out of Geraldo Perdomo's hands? Is it going to be Ketel Marte? Eugenio Suarez, right? Like, who is it going to be? Suarez feels like the odd man out just among that group, but still a home run threat that you have to respect. Like, Suarez had a 4 home run game not that long ago. So it's hard to sit that guy, right? It's hard to justify. He still has a 500 slug. He's still a guy who is like top 3, top 4 in home runs in the National League. Like, he's still someone, when he has that stick in his hands, you have to respect, because as he talks about, you know, he had that, which game? It was like the game like 2 days ago. The broadcast had him on. It was after his home run. And he was like, I'm a fastball hitter. I'm waiting for the fastball. He's like, as long as I don't get beat by the fastball, that's all that matters. And so he knows he has power. He talked about in the interview. He's like, I know I got power. As long as I put a good swing on it, I trust my mechanics. If it's a fastball, I know I can hit it far. And that's what Suarez does. He's a fast ball killer. And so it's hard to justify sitting Suarez as well. And then where does that leave a guy like Randall Grichuk? Is he now just like bench fodder? Like, when does he play if he doesn't even get to play when a guy like Lourdes Gurriel is struggling? Lourdes Gurriel is struggling, right? I want Jordan Lawlar on the big league level. I want to see this guy. This is someone that is so enticing with his style of play. He's flashy. He's fun. He's got some speed. He's got some pop. He's got a glove. He's the kind of guy that is entertaining to watch, and he's damn good. It's super exciting to see Jordan Lawlar on the major league level. Like, I don't want to poo-poo the D-backs calling him up. He's clearly an upgrade over Garrett Hampson or whatever backup infielder you would try. Like, that's clearly obvious. But at the same time, I don't want to see just like our best players sitting for Jordan Lawlar. It's going to be hard to justify sitting Ketel Marte. Yes, he's coming back off injury, so like that's your best excuse for sitting Marte. But because he's also coming back off injury, I don't want him to get out of rhythm. Like, I don't want to start sitting Marte and now he's cold because coming off injury. Now he's starting every other day. Like, that doesn't sound good to me. Marte's one of the best players in Major League Baseball offensively. He needs to get as many reps as possible at the plate. Geraldo Perdomo, his plate discipline, his defense, like I always say, no one's plate discipline is more important to what this D-backs lineup does than Perdomo's. The way he sees the strike zone, the way he gets on base, the way he never strikes out. He is like baby Juan Soto, Luis Ariz. He's in that mold of player of guys with just elite awareness of the strike zone. Plus, he plays very good defense as well. He always seems like a catalyst to any rally this D-backs offense has. Hard to justify sitting Perdomo. And then, like I said, Suarez feels like the odd one out, but hard to replace that power if you're setting him to the bench. And so I want to see Jordan Lawlar on the major league level. I just feel like the timing is a little weird right now. Yes, this D-backs team has been struggling, but when I actually look at the roster, it feels like we should have called up Jordan Lawlar when maybe Ketel Marte was out the last few weeks. Like, we're asking Jordan Lawlar to come up to the major league level and be like a Ben Zobrist super utility glue guy. I think that would have been a lot easier of a transition if he came up when Marte was out, got all the everyday opportunities, got to get his feet wet, get acclimated to major league pitching by playing every day. And then when Marte came back, it would have been easier for him to pick his spots and be that super glue guy. And so Jordan Lawlar's here right now. So I want to see him be in the best positions be put in the best position as possible. Of course, I think we're definitely going to see him in like this game number 2. If there's a situation with Pavin Smith or Alec Thomas, if Jordan Lawlar is not already starting in the game, he will definitely come in for some lefty at some point in the game tomorrow. But we'll talk more about Jordan Lawlar actually starting in the game tomorrow in segment number 3. But just overall, you're definitely going to see games in the future where there's a righty starting on the mound, Pavin or Alec Thomas is starting in the game, and then you get to that 7th inning, and it's Jordan Lawlar time off the bench. He's been crushing it so far in the minors, so you can see why the D-backs decided to call him up. A 336 average, a 992 OPS in the minors, 6 home runs, 13 steals. Like, he's having a fantastic season so far with the Reno Aces. I'm just wondering if this was the right time to make the decision. But at the end of the day, Jordan Lawlar is a super talented player. He's better than any of the backup infielders the D-backs would have had. And if he can bring that bat and defense to the big league level, like, that could be a huge boost to what this D-backs team needs, right? Yes, what they need more than anything is bullpen help, and Jordan Lawlar can't pitch out the bullpen, but what he can do is be a spark plug for the offense, be a spark plug for the lineup. Maybe he makes some stellar defensive plays. Maybe he has some big, timely clutch hits that changes the outcome of a single game or 2 or a series. And so, yes, the biggest need for the D-backs right now might be back-end pitching and bullpen stuff, but Jordan Lawlar can still be a catalyst. We're still raising the overall ceiling of this D-backs team by adding Jordan Lawlar. Yes, I'm questioning whether it's the right time to, but you can't question his talent. This is not the same guy that we saw back in 2023 when he was getting overpowered by major league pitching and he looked shaky and unconfident. I think this is going to be a new and improved Jordan Lawlar when he makes his debut for the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2025. And I think we'll see him make his debut in game 2 against the San Francisco Giants, which we'll discuss more in segment number 3. But first, a little word from our sponsor. And if you're looking to buy tickets to an upcoming sport or an event, then the best place to do that, of course, is going to be Game Times, because Game Time is the best place for last minute deals on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. They have this feature called all-in pricing. When you toggle this feature on, it shows you your total cost up front with no surprise fees at checkout. You could get a panoramic view from your seat before you buy. They also have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. back here on the Locked on Diamondbacks podcast. And now let's discuss the past versus the future versus the present. Brandon Pfaadt versus Robbie Ray, because Robbie Ray is a great case study for the D-backs of what not to do with your pitcher, because Robbie Ray was the original Brandon Pfaadt. Career started out as a great strikeout artist. Yes, he had a little bit of a walk issue, but his stuff was just so overpowering early on. Like, it really didn't matter. Like, I think we kind of forget because the way it ended left a sour taste in our mouth. But Robbie Ray was really good to start his career. 2015, his first real big season in the major leagues, 127 innings pitched, a 3.5 ERA. Next season, he struggled to a 4.9. But in 2017, all-star team, 2.89 ERA, 162 innings pitched, and led the league in strikeouts per nine. It felt like the D-backs found themselves another frontline starter in Robbie Ray. As the next couple years went on, the strikeout rate stayed the same, but the command issues really crept in. The walk rate got worse. Then he started to become a 3-2 outcome guy as the home run rate really got bad that final season with the D-backs as well. And he ended up leaving Arizona. We traded him away, and he has turned into a pretty good starter. Not just a good starter, he has turned into a Cy Young Award winner since leaving Arizona. And that is kind of the worst case scenario if that happened to Brandon Pfaadt. Looking good early on like he is right now. Everything looks on track for Pfaadt, but if he peaks early, development goes sideways, and then we let him go and he becomes better elsewhere, that is not what we want to happen. So far, so good with Brandon Pfaadt. He looks to be on the right track. So far in 2025, it feels like the breakout season for him. He has been fantastic all season long. He is automatic when it comes to, do you need 6 innings pitch out of a starter? Brandon Pfaadt is your guy. If you need a borderline quality start, Brandon Pfaadt is your guy. He is maybe the most trustworthy D-backs pitcher right now going. Merrill Kelly might be pitching the best, but in terms of consistency all season long, Brandon Pfaadt might be the number one answer. And what we've seen out of Robbie Ray, the way the D-backs just like ruined him, I guess, the way his development went sideways, like the D-backs do not want to do that with Brandon Pfaadt. We already locked him up, gave him a long-term extension, and he is one of those building blocks that the D-backs are going to keep around for the next few years. It's him, it's Corbin Carroll, it's Justin Martinez, it's the Gabriel Morenos, it's guys like that. The dudes who already got contracts early on, got signed early, those guys are going to be here for the next few seasons. And Brandon Pfaadt is one of those building blocks for the D-backs. And so far, it looks like he's hitting his ceiling in 2025. I think the D-backs have taken all the right steps to build around Brandon Pfaadt and really invest in his potential. I think surrounding him with a rotation of professionals in Corbin Burns, Kelly, Gallen, even Erod, even though he struggles, he's still professional and he knows how to pitch, how to get prepared. He knows how to be a big leaguer for like 10 years, how to get paid in this league. Like, Erod is still someone I would listen to. And so I love the environment Brandon Pfaadt is, the environment Brandon Pfaadt is in. The other difference between Pfaadt and the environment Robbie Ray was in, this is a situation where the D-backs are trying to win. Now, Robbie Ray was great in the season that the D-backs made it to the postseason, but after that, the D-backs went sideways. They started trading away their best players, trading away Paul Goldschmidt and Zach Greinke, and not trying to win anymore. D-backs are doing the opposite right now, doing everything they can to put their players in the best position possible to win games and be in October baseball. And I think that just brings a different level out of players. When you're playing an environment where everyone is counting on you, you have expectations, a team is trying to actually play meaningful baseball games, I think you feel way differently as a player. And so I think that's one of the reasons the development for Robbie Ray went sideways. I think it's one of the reasons why the development for Brandon Pfaadt is going in the right direction, because he's in an environment that is trying to win and not trying to lose games. So love the way Brandon Pfaadt has looked this year. His changeup has been better than ever. He's throwing it more than ever. If you need a guy to go 6 innings, go deep into a ball game, Brandon Pfaadt is your guy, and he is definitely the present and the future of the Arizona Diamondbacks rotation. But my next question is, do we see the debuts of Kendall Graveman and Jordan Lawlar in game 2? Because I definitely think we see Jordan Lawlar with Robbie Ray being a lefty starting, Lawlar righty. I think this is a great first opportunity for Jordan Lawlar to start, get an opportunity with that platoon advantage. Of course, we know Torey Lovullo loves his platoon advantages. And so I think this is going to be a situation where Jordan Lawlar starts the game. I think we're going to go to bed tonight. It's going to be like Christmas. We're going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to see a lineup where Jordan Lawlar is starting. We're going to feel fantastic. Kendall Graveman, on the other hand, I don't know if he's going to debut in the game tomorrow. It might just depend on the kind of start Brandon Pfaadt has, because if he's like Mel Kelly, goes 7 innings, you might just give it to Ryan Thompson or Kevin Ginkel or Shelby Miller again to close it out, and you don't give it to Kendall Graveman. Torey Lovullo has discussed not putting Kendall Graveman immediately in a high leverage moment or situation. So I think we're going to take it easy with Graveman and just ease him back into the regular season since he's coming back off injury. But I definitely expect Jordan Lawlar to make his debut in game 2 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now that's it for this edition of the Locked On Diamondbacks podcast. Come back tomorrow for more Diamondbacks news, coverage, and insight. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Doses.